All right, so believe it or not, I'm old. My first gun that I carried for duty, this is well before I joined the U.S. Air Force. I worked for Brinks Incorporated, and the only gun that we could have was a Smith & Wesson Model 10 heavy barrel double action only. I learned to shoot on a wheel gun, and I love wheel guns. I've been shooting wheel guns for a very, very long time. And when I was going through training, there were two methods I learned. One was the Brinks, my firearms instructor with Brinks was actually a really great instructor. Do not remember his name, it's been such a long time. And the other was an instructor that I'm actually not going to name because he ND'd a 357 into the sky in front of a bunch of students, so there's no reason to even get in there. But the reloading method was an option with the revolvers. So the first method that's common with revolvers is a hand switch. And this is the method that I was taught, and I actually found it faster if you knew what you were doing, using the right spare magazine setup and Safariland speed loaders. And so what happened is you run dry, you would basically kick out the cylinder using your strong thumb, and then support hand would pop that cylinder out. You would then bring the gun vertical, muzzle in the sky, you'd hit that ejection rod, kicking all your casings out. And as you did that motion, your hand would go down and your spare ammo would be kept on your strong side. And so all I would do is here is I'd reach down, I'd grab that speed loader, I would then invert the muzzle of the gun. I would go ahead and get the speed loader in, whether it's a push like a Safariland Comp 2 or the old HKS, twist it, they would fall in, they'd let that fall, close the cylinder, and you would go back to work. So that's one option that you have. The other one is where I wear that ammunition support side. I'm just gonna stick it in my pocket for now. And all that happens here is I run dry. I'm gonna use my trigger finger on my strong hand, hit the cylinder release with my strong thumb. I'm gonna kick it out. Now from here, support hand is gonna come down, kick out those casings. I am then going to retrieve my speed loader, invert the muzzle of the gun, get that speed loader in, pop or twist, let the speed loader fall, and then I'll go ahead and close the cylinder and go back to work. The same thing can apply with the PR57. You just have to decide how you're going to run that ammunition. Now, first and foremost, what I have found that works great for the PR57, this is Defense Mechanisms double magazine pouch. When I got it, thank you to Defense Mechanisms when I was teaching, is they sent some gear, and this was for my Glock 19, and it worked great, worn on my support side, rounds forward, normal reload stuff, right? So now, if I find myself with the PR57, it's run dry. There's no cool little pling, there's no clip that falls out. That clip is not used in any way, shape, or form inside the gun. It's just a disposable piece you let drop on the ground. So the first method, just as I went over, is that hand switch. So I'm shooting, I go to slide lock. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer the gun over to my support hand. I'm gonna come on down, I'm going to catch that clip in the top of the gun, and I'm going to feed those rounds down in. Once they're down in there, I'm gonna let the whole clip assembly go. It's not just the clip, but the little follower tab, and then go ahead, get that slide forward with the slide release, and I'm gonna go to work. Same thing as revolver. The other option that I have is I'm gonna do the exact same thing as the revolver worn ammunition support side. And this is gonna be a rounds forward. I'm gonna keep the gun on my master firing grip. Now, the trick to this one is support hand, not your strong hand. You've got to get really used to it, but I'm going to go ahead. I like to invert the gun ever so slightly, and I'm going to push those rounds in, let the clip fall. The moment the clip's gone, get that slide forward and go to work. So yes, I do not have a traditional magazine. I don't have a traditional magazine system with this gun, but with practice, using revolver techniques. So with the exchange hands, I'm going to wear strong side. If I'm going master firing grip the entire time, which I would argue is ideal to always keep a master firing grip on the gun, I'm going to wear that spare ammo support side, and then I'm just going to go ahead, invert the gun ever so slightly, feed that ammunition in, muzzle pointed in the safest direction based on situation, environment, drop that clip and follower, get that slide forward, and go back to work. Once again though, reality. If you're not a Leo, I don't expect Leos to be carrying this gun. I don't think we'll ever see Leos carrying this gun for many reasons. But I am just a normal civilian. Yes, I'm a PI. PI does not mean gunfighter. We might put ourselves in a situation or get ourselves into a situation where we might have to use self-defense, but it's just like anybody else out there, right? I got 20 rounds in the gun. If I'm doing my job, going to the range, I'm training, getting rounds on target, and then I practice these techniques, yes, it is absolutely slower than mag out, mag in. However, you can be very, very proficient with either one of these methods with the KelTec PR57. Find which one works for you. There's no right or wrong answer. Only you can decide which one's the best method. And I hope if you're out there, you have one, maybe you found this kind of interesting because you never knew you could reload those two different ways. Or if you're thinking about getting one, don't let the lack of magazine scare you from carrying one, especially if you were worried about reliability. Don't just take my word for it. Look through all the other videos, ask people that have them. But in my experience, PR57 is good to go. I'll keep you posted. I'm going to keep carrying this thing. I'm going to keep shooting this thing. But right now, I'm pretty much sold on it. So thank you, KelTec, for putting out the PR57. Give Stuff and Things credit for the ST50, and unicorns and rainbows, and the world will be a much better place. Thanks, guys, for paying attention to this. I know it's long, but hope you found it valuable. Thank you.